I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Fucking A.
For those who don't know, obviously you don't know, movie I'm reviewing there is Bigfoot County, the second found footage horror film. And I've already did a review of the other one, Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes, and I haven't uploaded yet. See, this movie is so bad, I got a bullet hole right in my head right there that I had to take out so I could stay alive to do this fucking review, because that's where I put the bullet in my brain after seeing this fucking movie. And again, well, not again, but I've actually heard that apparently Bobcat Goldthwait is doing a fucking found footage Bigfoot movie, and I'm like, Bobcat Goldthwait? Damn, you had the director who did Rain Man, Barry Levinson, doing The Bay, and now you have Bobcat Goldthwait. Wow. Who's next? Spielberg? John Carpenter? Or George Romero did one with Die of the Dead, so. But Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes, I haven't uploaded that, but in case anyone goes, well, Matt, you seem kind of lenient on that film, Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes. You seem like you're going soft on it. Again, at the end of the day, Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes, I disliked the film, but it wasn't full on rank because I see good stuff about it. Again, on the Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes, I thought it was shot well. I thought the location with the long, tall trees, cool location. I liked... To me, it's more about Bigfoot. It actually is more about Bigfoot than this fucking movie, which I'll get to. Uh, I thought it had a couple decent moments, like, you know, you have a woman's face, you see Bigfoot's eyes, like, appear, and like, then disappear. I like those little bits. And then the interesting part in the third act, where you get an idea that there's something else out there other than Bigfoot. Like, there is Bigfoot, but then there's also something else with hooves. And if you want to know more, watch my Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes. Watch that review. So, I disliked it at the end of the day. If you want to know why, watch that review. But at the end of the day, I still saw some good stuff in it. But I didn't get pissed. I see the bullet hole right in my fucking head. Bleeding. Why, man? What's wrong with this? I was lenient on that movie because I had a feeling this movie would be a piece of shit. And it is. This is... The other one gets a 4.3. This gets a 2.7. It deserves a 2.7 or less. This is just a horrible fucking flick. I mean, this is a pure piece of shit found footage movie. Bigfoot County. This film is such a rip-off of Blair Witch Project. I know you used to think every found footage film is a rip-off Blair Witch Project, but really, no. No. I don't really see that, and I'm a big fan of Blair Witch Project, but I love The Tunnel and Clover. This one really is, and I'll get to that. Now, the guy who wrote, directed, and starred in this, Steven Stewart, I'm sorry, if some other guy sees this, I'm sorry, man, but I thought this was a beyond shitty movie and a waste of $300,000. It sucks with a capital F on F scale. Fuck. Because I guess he was an actor. He was a bodyguard in George General Hospital, and a lawyer on Young the Restless. He was George Clooney and Convincing Clooney, where the hell that is. And it's the first and only thing he's written, directed, produced, and starred in. And probably the last. This movie, man, but it really is like all the movie is the guy at the beginning. First off, at the beginning of the film, you see the Patterson footage. You know, the famous Patterson footage where you know, is it Bigfoot? Is it not? Then it talks about how this county called Siskiyou, or whatever the hell it's called, Siskiyou County in California, has the most reported Bigfoot sightings. I'm like, really? I thought it was the other place in Bigfoot, the Lost Coast tapes. Well, they're both California, but that one was a different place. And you hear this 911 call where someone says there's something very tall in his backyard, and apparently this guy, our lead, who's the director and the writer of this fucking movie. Yeah, I know, I keep doing that because the bullet hole is going to gross people out. Because this movie is literally one of the worst fucking found footage movies I've ever seen. It's up there with The Devil Inside My Ass. It's up there with all that shit. It is beyond useless fucking movie. To me, this movie wasn't even an attempt to be scary. It was pitiful. It was really like a carbon copy of Blair Witch. Only they took all the good shit and then put in stupid shit. Took all the good shit out, put in stupid shit in. Like I said, it's a guy, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend. They go to this county because there's this 911 call where this guy says, oh, Bigfoot ripped my dog apart. And they're going to go down there, they're going to interview some folks, and then go into the woods. 2 guys, 1 girl, 0 cup. And it's like 2 guys, 1 girl, they go do interviews, and they go in the woods, and they hear noises, and then they're all dead at the end. Gee, I've heard that before. And then apparently this is getting the lead guy's attention because this is the first aggressive report of a Bigfoot. They go down there, they film this Bigfoot statue, these rednecks steer them, they get these interviews, and you know something's up. You can already tell what the little twist is when someone mentioned, first off, you have these rednecks steer them, and then they disappear, and you're like, okay, I wonder if they come back into the picture. And then one of the interviews says, yeah, pot growers, you know, you don't go across them, you know, or you won't come back. And I went, uh-oh. Get the fuck out of there. Holy shit, this fucking sucks. I'd rather eat my bare ass. Gee, how you don't do that? I'd rather break my fucking neck trying than watch this fucking movie again. I know. I just... What's actually wrong with the movie? This movie is a useless film. It is really a carbon copy of Blair Witch. They go down... 3 people go down there. Then a good chunk of the film is them interviewing people. One of the only things I could say, I did not mind the guy who played the brother. This guy played actor Davey Youngblood. I guess he was a contestant on a show called The Great Escape. He's done teeny tiny roles. He was in One Needle Strikes, Operation Bellicatan. He hasn't really done much. I did not mind him as an actor. And even the lead guy, I don't think he's a shitty actor. Like, I will say, like, Bigfoot the Lost Coast tapes, one of the problems I had with that film is that the acting felt forced. Like, it wasn't natural. Here, I could say the acting is more natural. Like a found footage movie should be. It's more natural. You know, the dialogue is more natural. It's just there's nothing with the dialogue. There's nothing witty with the dialogue. There's nothing interesting with the dialogue. There's just really nothing to this movie. But I don't mind the brother character, Davey Youngblood. I don't know, I didn't mind him. He's the one who has his girlfriend coming along. Because they meet this guy, they find the guy who did the 911 call, and he's this big Bible thumper, very religious guy, very big Bible thumper. I like what the brother guy says, like, he doesn't want to mess with him because he's a religious guy. He's like kind of different is one thing. Out there is another thing. This guy's got come out wheeling an axe, and I saw machetes and chickens on his property. Like, I don't mind him. I really don't mind him. The guy, I really don't. To me, he was the only positive in this movie for me. He was the only positive. But this Bible, thumper guys, okay, I'm gonna take you guys out into the woods because you guys are asking. I don't like the girl. I think she's very annoying. She's always sleeping in. She's always late. And I swear that her voice, not her looks, but her voice is like Juliette Lewis. And I am not a fan of Juliette Lewis. I really am not a fan of her. I don't like her as an actress. I don't care for her voice. I'm not a fan of Juliette Lewis. Like, she's alright from Dusk Till Dawn, but I'm not a big fan of her, and not a big fan of her voice. And this girl sounds, maybe not to anyone else, but to me, it's like, God, it sounds like Juliette Lewis, and she's always annoying. She's always late. She's like, but I don't have my sunglasses yet. It's like, fuck your sunglasses. And they're going to the woods, and the brother's being pissed by the religious guy. It's like, is this a documentary on Bigfoot, or is this a fucking prayer session? So, again, I like the brother character. But that's it. Because all it is, they go in the woods, Bible thumper guy gets scared, runs out, and then they're lost. And then the lead guy goes, well, we walked 7 hours, I don't want to walk all the way back. And I'd be like, fuck that. I'd rather walk all the way back and then sleep in for an entire day than camp out there. But they decide to camp out there. And all it is they hear, woo, woo. They hear that, like, ooh, that's scary, woo, woo. I didn't like Blair Witch, only Blair Witch did it better, with better dialogue, characters, atmosphere. People think Blair Witch is easy. You just watch movies like this, and it's like, you think it's easy. This film is almost a carbon copy. You have a legend, Bigfoot or whatever. The three go down, they interview people, they go in the woods, they all die, and it's just a world of difference. There's a world of difference. And actually, no. The first night they heard it sounds like two rocks hitting together. That's right. There's two rocks hitting together. And then it's later on where you hear, woo. Then this redneck in the middle of the night comes out with a gun and says, get off my property. And they're like, okay, yeah, fine. And I'm like, okay, I would have just walked. It's like, and this guy a redneck was dumb anyway, because he's like, well, which direction? And it's like, whatever direction I'm now walking in. And I'm like, if you really want them off your property, why don't you just go that way? Pretty fucking simple. That's all you gotta do. I know you're a dick and you're an asshole and you're a piece of shit, but if you really want them off your property, just point in the direction. Not that fucking hard. Unless you're too stupid enough to know how to point. But I would have just said, fuck it, I'm going anyway. I would have kept going, walking. Like, wherever he went, I would have walked the opposite direction. But no, they still camped there. I guess because they're waiting for daylight. Then they hear noises. And then you see something come out. Now, I'm going to jump ahead. You find out for the most part it's fucking rednecks doing this shit to them. Until the final 5 seconds, you see in the background far, like, what may be Bigfoot. So it's like a Bigfoot movie really, I almost want to say no Bigfoot. So I don't know in this scene if this is supposed to be Bigfoot or it's just the rednecks fucking with them. I guess it's supposed to be Bigfoot because there's noises. Someone comes out at them and I can't see clearly. They're running, and when the guy turns, he sees, like, red eyes. I'm like, red eyes? I guess that's supposed to be Bigfoot, I guess. Maybe that one scene is Bigfoot, I don't know, I guess. That's what I'm guessing. They come back, their stuff is gone, their compass is gone. They left this tape so they know where to go. They follow a little bit, but then the tape's all ripped up, which again doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like, okay, you told them to get off your property, but now you ripped up the tape so in case they want to get off your property. If you don't want them to get off your property, then you had a gun there. Why don't you just take care of it right then and there? I know people say, oh, they're having fun. Whatever. It's fucking stupid. 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 They find this camp where there's like goats and stuff. And some of the dialogue just made me think of Blair Witch so much. It's kind of like when in Blair Witch when they found the sticks. Only in this it's like a little encampment with like two little baby goats in a circle and stuff, and they go, "Stop filming, stop!" And I was ready for someone to say, "Here's your motivation," and just go the whole 9 yards with it.